What are the values a good leader needs? I discovered this not in the corporate world, but in the tribal world, where I was asking tribal people what they expected of their leaders. And they always came back with the same three values: courage, contribution, and responsibility. And their answers were so consistent that I half expected to go into a mud hut and find a brass plaque saying courage, contribution, responsibility, and the motivational poster saying courage, contribution, responsibility, and the tribal video saying courage, contribution, responsibility. But of course, they don't have brass plaques, they don't have posters, they don't have videos, they don't have electricity, they don't have water, but they did have incredible clarity about the values they expected. Nevertheless, I felt a bit cynical about this. It did sound like corporate speak out in the middle of the tribal world. But one day, I was out going around the tribal territory with a few of the warriors, patrolling their territory, when suddenly, out of the bush, over there, came a set of hyenas, a pack of hyenas, charging at us at full speed. Well, I did what any sensible coward would do. I hid behind the warriors on the basis they'd get killed first and I could run off. The warriors proceeded to laugh in the face of imminent death. And that struck me as one reason they were warriors and I wasn't. And the cause of their laughter became clear a moment later, because out of that same bit of bush over there came a small boy with an even smaller stick, chasing the hyenas. It was a moment of madness, born of years, of generations of cultural indoctrination, because that child had been protecting the goats of the village, the entire wealth of the village. An interesting exercise in delegation, that. And that boy knew that whatever happens, he had to protect the goats. So when the hyenas came after the goats, the boy picked up the stick and chased the hyenas off. So what was that about courage? Tick. What was that about contribution? Saving the wealth of the village? Tick. What was that about responsibility? Did the child run back to the village to convene the hyena subcommittee of the Wildlife Management Committee in full emergency plenary session? No. The child picked up a stick and attacked the hyenas and succeeded. Responsibility, tick. So what's that got to do with the corporate world? Well, do we need leaders with courage? Maybe not physical courage, but absolutely we need leaders with courage to take people where they would not have got by themselves. That takes moral courage. Do we need leaders who make a contribution? Absolutely we do. And that's not just about the contribution of giving back to the organisation more than you take out in pay. It's about understanding the bigger picture. Moving beyond the confines of the needs and wants of your own department and your own division, and understanding that you have to contribute to the wider good of the organisation as well. And finally, responsibility. Do we need leaders who take responsibility? Absolutely. And they should take responsibility not just for the good times, but for the bad times as well. And they have to take responsibility for the hardest thing of all, which is responsibility for our own feelings. Because if we go into the office with our little cloud of gloom, that'll spread like a major depression across the whole office. We at all times have to wear the mask of leadership. The mask of leadership is always positive and confident and spreads hope and enthusiasm. Now you may decide that you want to show different values, and that's fine. And actually it doesn't matter what your values are, as long as you put them into practice and live them every day.